Hi, welcome to another roundup of the ITM Cup Championship. Kicking things off with Otago versus Auckland. Um, yeah, good game. Otago played really well. So did Auckland, so they came out on top. Um, Charles Piutau to me was probably the standout player of the game. And unfortunately, there was a bit of an incident with the TMO ruling that Gareth Anscombe had gone out before he had scored the try, but reviewing the footage, it doesn't appear that was the case. It appears that he had just sort of scraped in. Um, so unfortunately, there was a little bit of a blunder, but hopefully that doesn't carry on in the semi-finals. So yeah, didn't really uh, finish anyone's season or anything like that, so it could have been worse. Southland versus Manawatu. Southland, yeah, did enough. Guarantee themselves a semi-final spot. Very tight game. Both defences were pretty sound. Um, yeah, it was a bit of a tricky one. I mean, you can't really pick a standout player. I mean, both teams played really well. So for me, that was enough on the day. Northland versus Counties Manukau. Yeah, wow, what an entertaining game of rugby. Bring back afternoon footy. Fantastic sunny afternoon in Whangarei. Saw two very attacking sides. Pretty high scoring. Rene Ranger was probably the standout for the home team for Northland. Pretty hard to put down. Pretty solid player. And for the visitors, counties, Tim Nanai Williams probably was their top player. Um, Breaks the line with ease, and he's got a good boot on him now, actually, Tim. So he's worked well on that. Um, Waikato vs Hawke's Bay. Well, that was a pretty tough way to end the season for Hawke's Bay. You would have thought they would have been a bit more up for that for a Shield challenge, but they just didn't come along playing footy. Mike Coman, unfortunately for him, he's had a bit of a tough season with the Magpies, but tireless effort again from him. And Alex Bradley for Waikato brings a bit of old school back to the game, so great to see him playing well. Um, Next game was Tasman North Harbour. Now Tasman needed a win to secure themselves a home semi-final spot against the winless North Harbour. Pretty easy task, but no one told North Harbour that they smashed them, 42-10 in Tasman country. So don't know what that's all about. Tasman throwing away home advantage in the semi-finals could come back and bite them. Next one was Wellington Naki. Yeah, Bodine Barrett, he's a bit of a standout at this level, but that wasn't enough to stop Wellington putting on a bit of a clinic for them. Artie Savia is a bit of a revelation, to be honest. He's playing some great footy, and it's really good to see. It's not just one game that he's played this season, he's consistently good, so he's one to watch. Canterbury Bay Plenty rounded out the weekend for us. Poor season for Bay Plenty. Lucky to still be up in the Premiership, sorry. Um, Canterbury clicking at the right time yet again. Can anybody stop Canterbury? Will they go all the way? Five times in a row. This is a scratchy hit on that one, guys. Which brings me to the semi-finals now. Otago versus Tasman. Down at Forsyth Bar Stadium, Otago had the goods on Tasman in the earlier game this season. So it'd be hard to see them drop one at home. Hopefully a crowd of 10,000 going to turn up. Hopefully get some rowdy students in there or something to really get the atmosphere pumping. Hayden Parker for Otago will be the one to watch for me, and Peter Beetham for Tasman. He's always one to watch, so keep your eyes on him. But I think Otago might sneak this one. I'm picking by about 3. Counties versus Southland. Counties were too good for the start of the season. They rounded out that win, I think, 30 points to 9. Should be a good crowd. Afternoon game, 2 o'clock kickoff. Go figure. In Pukekohe at Eco Light Stadium. Players to watch would be Bundy Arki for Counties. He's really clicking this time of year, so it's good to see that he hasn't dropped away either. And the one to get Southland really rearing for this one, I reckon, is Jamie McIntosh. He'd be leading from the front. He's always a tireless campaigner, so hopefully he's still got some gas left in the tank. But I think Counties might just be a bit too good in this one, and they might take that one by 10. It'll be a bit closer than the earlier season, but I think they still should have it. Next game will be Canterbury versus Taranaki, and that's down at AMI Stadium in Christchurch. Canterbury's on a huge roll. I think in the last 5 games they scored about 300 points or something like that. So it's borderline ridiculous. um, but maybe the Naki can stop that if they get their defensive system right. Taranaki, I mean, they proved last year they can beat anybody, so why not this year? I reckon the players to watch would be Kurt Baker. He's just dangerous, and he could actually unlock this Canterbury defence. But the big one for me to watch would be Ryan Crotty. He's been running perfect lines all season, and with a big man outside him, he's always got more room to move than other men in his position. So be interesting to see how the Naki defence cope with that big midfield. And then that brings us on to Wellington Auckland down at Westpac Stadium in Wellington. For me, this is the game of the round. Crunch time, old school, good old tussle. Um, I reckon ones to watch would be the two fullbacks actually, Charles Piutau for Auckland and Jason Woodward for Wellington. Two younger fullbacks, but two guys that have shown through the club system that they're more than capable and shown throughout this whole season that hey, they're putting their hands up for super honours. So hopefully they've been locked away. I'm not 100% on that, but I'm pretty sure they've been locked away by their respectful franchises. And then I think Wellington. I think Wellington can get that one by 3, but don't be surprised if Auckland prove me wrong. And that brings us to the All Blacks Australia game. Not a dead rubber by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, the Wallabies have got one thing on their mind, and that'd be trying to salvage something from what's been a pretty poor season. I mean, they were lucky to get away with a 3-0 sweep against Wales. I thought that Wales would have done that, but unfortunately not. But somehow the Wallabies have come out and come second in the Rugby Championship. Go figure. Um, Huge injury toll for them. So one thing you need to do is overlook a wounded Wallaby, though. They would be wanting to stop our world record roll. Um, All Blacks just need to carry on what they've been doing. Past few weeks they've really clicked. It'd be a real shame to see them throw this one away. They've had a fantastic season, and I really hope that they cap it off. I mean, some unfortunate news during the week also that Steve Hanson's father passed away, so that was really sad news, and our thoughts go out to the All Black family for that. Hopefully they've got more than that as a bit of motivation to carry on what's been a pretty awesome role since winning the World Cup last year. So that's it from me this week. Yeah, I'll try and keep you guys up to date as much as I can. I know it's pretty hard when you're overseas and that, but any suggestions, don't hesitate to let me know, okay, guys? Rightio, team. Have a good one. Go the Steelers and go the All Blacks.